But we begin in Kansas City once again this evening. Police there say a dispute among several people appears to have sparked that shooting spree at the Super Bowl victory parade yesterday. One woman was killed and more than 20 people injured, including several children.
Preliminary investigative findings have shown there was no nexus to terrorism or homegrown violent extremism. This appeared to be a dispute between several people that ended in gunfire.
Authorities say at least 3 people have been detained in connection to the investigation. They also say several firearms have been recovered. An estimated 1 million people were at the parade as gunfire rang out. In this video, you can see one of the people who may be connected to the shooting tackled to the ground by bystanders and eventually detained by police. Now, this shooting could have been a lot worse if it weren't for Trey and Casey Filter, the couple who came to the parade with their kids, and they were able to tackle one of the suspects to the ground and take away his weapon. They're joining us now to talk about exactly what happened. Guys, so good to see you. I can't imagine what it has been like digesting all of this. I know, there's been a lot of media attention. You've been talking to some folks in the United States in terms of media. But have you digested all of this yet? And how are you feeling right now?
I don't think we've digested it yet. I haven't even digested any food yet.
Talk to me a little bit about, why you guys decided to go down to the parade. And then when this happened, what instantly went through your mind? Trey, maybe we can start with you.
We're Kansas natives, and we felt blessed to be able to attend the parade. We've been to a previous parade last year, and we were excited to go this year. So we just kind of gathered up and made preparations like anybody else would. Our travel was about 2.5 hours there, and so we left early in the morning, and we let the kids out of school, and we were gonna just play hooky for the day and try to recreate last year's memories, and that's kind of where our thoughts were starting out.
We're looking at pictures of the parade right now before this incident happened. It was a celebratory atmosphere, obviously, Super Bowl victory parade. Tell me, how you were feeling in the moments before, and then when you knew something had gone terribly wrong.
Well, the event had finished, and we were all sort of working our way back to our vehicles with a sea of people. The people there are great. We were just having a blast. As we crossed the first intersection to kind of work towards the bridge, we hear several shots. At that point, there was such a heavy military presence. We had military on roofs with sniper rifles and clear sight. There was more than enough police, and everybody felt safe. So my son asked, "Is that were those gunshots?" I said, "No, I doubt it." And when I think of gunshots, I think of not automatic. So from what it sounded to me, it sounded like a string of firecrackers. So semi-automatic. I was under the assumption of that it would have had to be automatic, and I didn't think that someone was doing that. This was all taking place behind us at the time, and some people were starting to scatter, and we could see police coming. We saw a few police running through the crowd, and they must have been chasing that perpetrator, and I hear, "Get him," and I looked to my left, and at that point in time, he was right there, and was able to get, I don't know what I was thinking, but we did that, and that other gentleman, Paul, was there and helped, also helped. He broke the first tackle, and then we broke Paul's tackle, and then we both scrambled on top of him. So, that was all fun and games until we heard he's got a gun. He has a gun, and that's apparently he was running with the gun, and when he was tackled, it fell. So we didn't know if he still had one. We didn't know that the gun had fallen, and we were waiting for the police to get there and trying like hell to make sure he was not going to get up. Once the police arrived, they pulled me off. I remember my feet going in the air, and at that point, I was, looking to find her and the kids, and we just got out of there.
And Casey, when this was going on, where were you? Were you thinking about the kids? And I understand that you also helped remove the weapon. Can you tell me what happened there?
Well, it landed at my feet, and so when I looked down and it was there, I realized it was there. I first thought it was a toy, and then when I bent down to pick it up, I realized it was not a toy. And my first thought was just to get it out of the way, and not, this does not belong here and it needs to go away, is the kind of mentality that I had.
There were other bystanders also. One gentleman grabbed one of my kids. Another one, after she'd done that, stood next to her with his arms crossed as though he knew.
Yeah, another gentleman came and stood next to me just to make sure that, that nobody else came to grab it, because, obviously I'm small and probably wouldn't have been able to fight back too many people.
In this country, there is gun violence, but so many times we are here reporting on what is going on in the United States. And I know that there were children that were shot and injured that are recovering in hospital right now. I wonder, if you guys are out with the family at a parade to celebrate Super Bowl, the most American thing you can think of, and something like this happens. I wonder what your concerns are when you zoom out and look at the larger issue of, gun violence in the United States.
As far as gun violence in the United States goes, I am certainly no expert on that. I don't have a problem with guns, and I plan on keeping that persuasion. We do not plan on changing anything that we do or conducting ourselves in any way differently than we have before.
And Casey?
I feel the same. I mean, we're going to continue our lives as before. No one that makes horrible life choices is going to dictate how our life goes. And we're going to continue to live our life as normal as possible.
Well, we are certainly glad that you and your family are safe this evening. We certainly appreciate you coming here on Canada Tonight and talking to us.